Hello everybody and welcome to How to Thaumcraft with the Hittite. And welcome to my Tower of Infinite Wizardry. Let's get started, shall we? Now first thing you'll notice is this biome and it's added with the Thaumcraft add-on. It's called a magical forest. You can tell because the grass is almost blue with how green it is, and the trees are generally very large. There's a couple of extra trees that grow in this area. The first being this one here, the Greatwood. You can tell the difference between it and the normal trees, which are also very large, because it's much darker and grows even larger. The second being the Silverwood. Those will come in handy later, but right now I'm just pointing them out. A couple of other things added with Thaumcraft are a few new types of ores. Infused stone, one for each of the 4 elements, plus ordering entropy. Cinnabar, which can be turned. Well, okay. The infused stone can be turned. It drops shards when they're broken, one for each, plus order and entropy. Plus cinnabar, which can be smelted into quicksilver, and amber-bearing stone, which drops amber. Those will come in handy later. Now, the glowing things you'll see around are aura nodes. I'll get to those later too. Let's go inside. Now then. The first thing we're going to need to play Thaumcraft is a wand. It's fairly easy to make. First we need a stick and a couple of pieces of iron. Bring it over here to the workbench. Put the iron in and it'll become iron nuggets. We need 10 of those, and each nugget and each bar only drops 9, so you need 2 pieces of iron. Now then, drop them like that and you'll make 1 iron cap. Do it again because you need 2 caps for your wand. And now, go to the workbench again. I shouldn't have exited out. Put the stick there, cap at each end, and you have your first wand. Hold on, I'm just going to dump my inventory real quick. Don't need these to show off right now. Now, the wand is probably one of your most useful items, but this one is fairly basic and will just get you started. Now, the next thing we're going to need is an Arcane Workbench. You're going to need one of these types of tables for that. Now, to make those, let's grab some wood, which I believe is over here. Yes, grab a couple of those. Break that into planks. Break some of those planks into slabs. Then put 2 planks here, 3 slabs here, and you've made a table. Set that table down, then tap it with your wand. Right click. You now have an arcane work table. Now this can be used as a normal work table, but items set on it don't fall off once you're done using it. And you can use a wand to create some extra things. We'll get into that later. Grab back my wands and exit out of that. The next thing we're going to need is a research table. For that we need scribing tools. So we need a feather. Oh, there was an ink sac in there. An ink sac and a glass file. For the glass file we need... I think there was clay in there too. I need that. Yes, we need 1 clay. And 3 glass blocks, which are over here. Set those in the workbench. 1, 2, 3, with a clay ball at the top. If I could set it down, I seem to be double clicking, and we have glass file. Now then, glass file, ink sac, feather, scribing tools. You're going to be using this a lot, so over here we've got 2 of those tables we made set side by side. Right click those with the scribing tools, and we now have a research table. Okay, we'll use that later. Dump these into the abyss of the creative inventory. Now then, the next thing we're really going to need is a thermometer. For that, we need 2 gold, 2 of any one shard. So really you can use any shard here, but some are a little more common than others. And 1 glass block. Unless it's a glass pane, but I'm pretty sure it's a glass block. Now then, set those down. Glass in the center. Gold goes on top and bottom. Shards go to either side. Oh, right. No, I did that wrong. Shards are on top and bottom. I screwed this up, but there we go. And the thermometer. This is going to be very useful because you need to learn about all the aspects that make up everything in sort of alchemy sort of thing. Now, first thing we're going to do is go to the research table. We already have the 6 basic aspects already figured out. First, we're going to combine water and earth, and that creates victus, or life. While we're at it, we're going to combine, have to get rid of those, combine air and water to make weather, because we can't exactly scan a lightning bolt or rain. And it's a little difficult to scan things because you have to get the prerequisite aspects in order to scan the next thing in the line. So let's just go through the order that's fairly easy to figure out. First we scan a torch. That gives us the research point for light. Also, scanning, you're going to want to scan everything after this, just literally anything you can see. Not only does it give you more research points, but it also unlocks research for different things. Now, scan some coal ore. That gives us potentia, which is power. A grass block gives us herba, which is plants. A trapdoor gives us both modus, motion, and arbor for wood. A chest gives us vacuous, or void. Glass gives us vitreous, crystal. Moss stone teaches us about precantatio, or magic. And down here we have a chicken that teaches us about animals and flight. Some soul sand. Why have I not studied death? Okay, scanned a feather. I thought this would have worked. Okay. Apparently I haven't studied death, so life and entropy gives us mortus, death. Soul sand gives us vinculum, which is trap, and spiritus for spirits. Now then, let's hit the buttons to drop some items. Paper teaches us about knowledge. Rotten flesh gives us human and body. Where's that baked potato? There's the baked potato. Teaches us about food and hunger. Hit this button. For flint, teaches us about tools. Obsidian teaches us about darkness. Lapis, senses. I'm not really sure why lapis gives senses. Wool gives us fabric and creation. A spider eye teaches us about poison. Snow teaches us about ice. Hit some more buttons. Milk bucket teaches us about healing. Pickaxe teaches us about mining. Okay, I'm gonna let the little scroll on the bottom right catch up a little bit. Perfodio is mining. Let's see if I can get that hoe. Teaches us about harvesting. Hit these ones. An arrow teaches us about weapons and armor. Some cinnabar ore teaches us about recycling. I'm not really sure why, or changes, or just being in a constant state of flux. Fence gate Teaches us about machines and also travel. Iron. Well, we've already gotten metallum from the pickaxe. Gold. Teaches us about greed. A zombie head. Not quite what I was going for. There's one I'm missing. Hold on, I'm going to, okay, skeleton skull. Drop one of those down. That teaches us about undeath. An obsidian totem, an item added with the Thaumcraft expansion. Teaches us about things that are otherworldly or eldritch. Drop some more. A slime ball. Teaches us about slime. Tainted goo. Also a slime, and also teaches us about taint, which I'll be getting into when we get into the other stuff. Ethereal Essence is difficult to get. It's dropped by broken aura nodes or by wisps. But it's the only thing that teaches you about Aurum, or the aura of magic. And now we've learned every single aspect. This is going to be very useful for later. Now then, get out my wand again, because there's one more thing we need to do before we finish just the basics. You need your Thaumonomicon, the Book of Eldritch Knowledge. What you do is you take your empty wand and tap a bookshelf, and that gives you a Thaumonomicon. Inside there's several tabs showing things. You're going to want to read everything there is about it, just everything, because it'll really help. Now, you can see the flashing things. Those are things that I still need to research. And the dark ones, I'm missing research in order to research those. Yes, this add-on has a lot of research, which we'll get into in the next video. The tabs so far are basic information, general thaumaturgy, alchemy, artifice, golemancy, automagy from the automagy add-on to Thaumcraft, thaumic tinkering from the thaumic tinkerer add-on to Thaumcraft, and talismans, which is kind of its own thing. Now then, now that we've scanned all of the aspects, let's go out here and scan. Okay, I messed that up. Should probably have that out of my hand when I click. Let's scan all of these aura nodes. Each aura node has various aspects to it, mostly the basic elemental aspects, and you can use them to fill your wand. Just right click on them and it'll slowly drain what's called vis out of the node and put it into your wand. See, I'm already full up on Terra. Now on this one has air, aqua, and Terra. Drain out the aqua, and there should be enough air in there too. Now the basic wooden and iron wand only holds 25 of each aspect. These are all normal. This one has fire in it, Ignis. The wooden wand is good to start with, but it's not so good for later. You'll upgrade probably I'll show you how to upgrade in probably a couple of ones. This one is both pure and a fading node. Pure has some extra effects. We'll get into that when we talk about taint and dangers of it. And fading means that it won't regain any vis once it's drained. Ever. Which is kind of a problem, but in this case we're just draining it for some ordo. This one. I'm scanning these because I need the research points, and nodes are a good source of that. There's some more Ignis for me. Nope. Whoop. This one's pure too and not fading. Get some more ordo. Pure nodes are more commonly have ordo or aura, or things like life or things. Oh, that's a petch. I'll talk about them later. They're added on. They only show up in magical forests. They can be dangerous, but mostly they just keep to themselves and steal your stuff. So don't drop things around them. There's a little more order. Let's drain that. Yep, it's empty. Yep. And finally a node that has some entropy in it. Drain that out. And now we've got a fully loaded wand. Which, don't worry, we'll be draining that fairly quickly in the later videos. And I'm just going to scan the rest of these really quick. I place these nodes around here. Usually they're a lot more spread out, and you can't really see them. Okay, I need to explain nodes a little bit better. They show up randomly. I can place them out here because I'm in creative mode and I can do whatever I want, but normally they just show up here and there fairly rarely, but with a fair amount of regularity. Let's hop up in the air so we can move around a little better. Not seeing too many nodes close by. I'll find, but they're kind of uncommon, but you can find them just about anywhere, with aspects usually reflecting the type of biome they're in. Now then, just really quick, I'm going to take off my goggles of revealing, which I'll explain later, and you'll see that aura nodes are very hard to see most of the time. They're just a pale dot that kind of lights things up around, although it's mostly lit up because I have arcane lamps inside. Getting the Thermometer allows you to see them, but only for a fairly short distance. And putting on goggles of revealing, which again I'll talk about, allows you to see them pretty much anywhere, as well as giving you a discount. That's probably about all you need to just get started on Thaumcraft, at least for, a first intro. Because once you get the Thermometer, you're going to be running around scanning everything for an hour or two. It's pretty useful. And everything you've stored up in your chests. Just literally everything. You'll need it. Trust me on this. That'll about do for first episode of How to Thaumcraft. If you enjoyed this and want to see more, remember to like. If I did something wrong or you have any comments or something, leave a comment below. And subscribe if you want to see more from our channel. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.